Welcome to Your Music Live, brought to you by our friends at DistroKid. This is our weekly live show where we play music from the studio live today. Community, if you've got a song you would like to submit for a future show, we are all full here for tonight. You can drop that down in the link in the description, studiolivetoday.com/YML. Without any further ado, let's kick into our first track of the week. And this is our friend Thomas Christ, and he's got a brand new tune, and we're going to give it a spin right here, right now. This is The Art Makes the World Go Round. Thomas Christ on Your Music Live. The one and only Thomas Christ, with a little bit of a change of direction there. If you know Thomas's music from previous shows, then yeah, it's been a little different. Thomas is usually bringing the industrial flair, and this time he's got the very catchy pop beats and rhythms there. As Bubba says, slap that tune. Very nicely done there. Thank you very much for sharing that one. And like all of these, here's the thing: you need to jump down into the description because you want to check out the full version of that one. We give you the taste here. What is it? The first taste is free. We give you the taste here so that you can go and check that out. Now I've realized I've got the wrong name of the track here. What is it? The Art That Makes the World Go Round. The Art That... I better get the title right. The Art That Makes the World Go Round. G'day, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing exceptionally well. This is one of my favorite times of the week, every week, because we get to sit here and hang out for the next 2 hours. We get to listen to some of your amazing music, and all of this is made possible by our sponsors, DistroKid. DistroKid are a music distributor for independent artists. If you've got music you want to share on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, all the places, DistroKid can hook you up, and if you use the link we have there, you'll save yourself 7% off your first year on any plan. And the plans are reasonably priced, less than $20 a year for unlimited uploads, which I think is pretty darn cool. Let's come on over here. We're going to grab another song and kick on, keep the party going, as they say. So this is let's kick the disco vibe going on here, shall we? Because I've got another tune here. This is from Kenneth or Ken7neth. People have different names to different ways to spell their artist names. But let's see what Kenneth has got. Kenneth says to us, 80s disco vibe made in GarageBand in my home studio. You know we love home studios. You know we love disco. You know we love these sort of vibes. So let's jump over. This time we got a SoundCloud link. So let's take a listen to Kenneth with SoundCloud. Not interested. With Kenneth with Giorgio X on Your Music Live. there you have it. Kenneth with Giorgio X, and there you go. That one went all over the place, didn't it? In a really good way. That was I love unpredictability when you're doing an instrumental tune like that. Different sort as Russ says here, a bit of a different flow, and Kim can't stop chair dancing long enough to type. That's a good sign, right? Yeah, a little bit Pet Shop Boys, a little bit. Yeah, good sign when you can't stop grooving in your chair. I've said before, but I'm wearing a track down below here on my carpet where I kind of do a little bit of chair dancing as we go along. So that is a very cool one. We got so many more to get through. We do play, as you've probably heard so far, we play the first probably minute to 2 minutes of a tune, and then you can go ahead and explore and learn more about these artists. If there's an artist you dig, you can go and check them out by following the link down below to the track that we play, and you can listen to the whole thing. Let's listen to another beat while we're kicking the beats here. This is ID, and they said it took me a few days to make, and I released it on my birthday, hence why it's called the Untitled number 62. Who's there with all the Untitled tracks? Yeah? Untitled 62, a birthday beat, ID, here on Your Music Live. Sorry, that's such a smooth beat that I almost forgot to turn it down. Yeah, nice one, right? Nice chill vibe. Really digging it. Andy Goldsby, hello to you. Likes the flow. Definitely smooth. Yeah. Makes me want to sing like this and sing along. Yeah, need a low rider, right? Yeah. Can't you see me in a low rider? Like that would make, would so fit, wouldn't it? Very cool beat. There you go. We're hitting different styles. We're doing different things. You never quite know what you're going to get here on Your Music Live. Now, again, the serendipity of this, I just saw this person pop up in the chat, and now we're going to play a tune by theirs. Yeah, it's going to be a rapid pace here today, by the way. You're going to have to hang on to your chairs because we got a lot to get through. We have over 100 songs in the backlog, and we're going to get to maybe 40 or 50 tonight. So, yeah, we're going to be about 2 to 3 weeks behind. If you've submitted a song and it doesn't get played, my apologies. But yeah, it's a nice problem to have too many tunes for the show. But yeah, it does mean that we're a couple of weeks behind. Let's jump in and grab another tune. This is Statistic. Statistic, again with the numbers in the spelling, just to keep Pete on his toes. And we're going to take a look and a listen at this tune. And Statistic says, I wrote this song for and about my dear mother. It was originally recorded in 2014, but never released until 2019. And I've never done a video for it until now. And it is a tune called Look What You've Made. This is Statistic here on Your Music Live. Am I right? Another one that's hard to turn down, but we have to do it because there's so many more to get through. But yeah, look at that. How cool is that? Great video, great tune. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got the cool layering, you got that build up. I miss the 90s. We had some really cool build-ups like that back in the 90s, and that took me right back to the days of Deftones and Tool and all the bands where they'd have the quiet, brooding bits, and then they'd really kick in. And that one kicked in a big, bad way. So if you want to check out the rest of that song and video, highly recommend that you do so. Check out Statistic and the work that they're doing. Very good stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that tune. Let's jump over to another one now. This is a bit more mysterious. It says, I want to get advice. So here you go. Let's give some advice. So this is Mite Lasky. Mite Lasky, and I don't even know the name of the track. Let's jump in and see what it is called. It's called Go Away. Mite Lasky, a demo tune called Go Away. Let's listen to it live on Your Music Live.
So many times I thought you'd leave me. Broken inside, I feel I've lost my sanity. I don't believe in happy endings. But on my pride, I hope you'd still love me in the end. Didn't want to leave your arms, but I feel like you won. You left my soul to starve. I don't believe I'm the one. I can't show that I'm hurting. You can't know that I'm worried. I gave up in a hurry just to know I'm safe. Love is a fire and I'm burning. You hold the flame, I need mercy. I'm on my knees and I'm begging you to go away. Love is a fire and I'm burning. You hold the flame, I need mercy. I'm on my knees and I'm begging you to go away, go away.
My advice, quit your day job now. Get that released. Go to DistroKid and release that song immediately. I think it's done. That song was really cool. And it just goes to show, you go from Statistic to our friend Mite Lasky, completely different styles, both awesome tracks. I know I should stop being blown away by how amazing the songs that you folks are sharing. You make my job here super easy because all I do is hit play and then I get to ensure that you folks get to check out some of these cool new up and coming artists. Hello Park UK Kevin, yeah, really nice groove, wasn't it? And yeah, here's some advice, release it, get it out there. I missed a super chat before. Thank you to Orchestra, no, who was it? It was, it's not even showing me here now. The Broadway Brothers. Thank you very much, and apologies that I missed it. It was so many people are chatting that it pushed it to the top very quickly, and then by the time I got to the next break in the songs, it wasn't there. So do thank you so much for supporting the channel via super chat. The Broadway was the Broadway Brothers. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. I do appreciate those that donate to the channel. It really helps out. Let's crack on because we're going to continue. We're going to keep the vibe going. Again, I forget what song I'm about to play because I listen to these all just for 10 seconds to preview them again, so it's not just someone swearing at me or there's no over the top drugs and violence and all that sort of thing to keep this show. It's not really PG-13, it's not R-rated, it's somewhere in the between. I think it's like MA 15 plus. If you can play this in front of your 15-year-old, that's kind of the vibe we're going for. So there's going to be some F-bombs here and there. There's going to be some S-bombs, but we're going to try and keep it relatively clean. Speaking of which, I'm assuming this is relatively clean. Let's jump in and take a listen to this tune. So this is from Nathan. Nathan says, I recorded this song using some loops in GarageBand, and it looks like it's called Deep Nights. Let's come in here and give it a spin on Your Music Live. If we can hit the play button. There we go.
The Flint water crisis is not a Flint water crisis. It's genocide. Not one black leader, Nobody's. 90% of the Germans that got prosecuted for what they did to the Jews, it wasn't war crime, it was genocide. Genocide is when you try to interfere with the whole or part of an ethnic group. You had to kill them, just alter them. It's genocide. And that's what that was. Genocide.
Very nicely done. Yeah, I know it's great when you hear something that's a familiar loop in GarageBand, and then you hear someone put it to use in something like that. Very, very cool. Yeah, as Russ says, it is in the zone. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing that one, and love the visuals too. I love it when people go to the extra effort with the tunes and the videos. It does make things even cooler when we get to see a little bit of something while we're listening along. Let's continue to our next song. This is from Unico Ijo. It says an indie song inspired. It was recorded last December. All virtual instruments are recorded on GarageBand iOS. Then I moved to my PC to mix it. Plus, I record the guitar track. I really love the chorus pedal effect and the lo-fi VST to make it sound like an old cassette song. I know there's some words in that description that's made a few people pretty excited. So why don't we jump over and take a listen to this one? Oh, it's opening Spotify. Okay. We'll go with you. We'll follow you over to Spotify. Hopefully you've released with DistroKid. That's how you can get your music onto places like Spotify. Is this going to open up for us? It's not liking the Spotify link. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the Song Whip. Oh, no, it opened. That's right. I was going to use Song Whip to go and find it, but it looks like it's found it. Righty go. Let's jump in and take a listen to this one. Unico Ijo, a song called Song for You, and we're going to listen to it live right here, right now, on Your Music Live. Song for You. Very cool. I dig it for sure. I like that. I like that effect. You're right. The chorus. You're clearly a chorus fan. Liked that up. Yes, that a cranked up chorus pedal. I know. I don't think I've ever turned my chorus pedal up that loud. That's like where I go to, and then I always dial it back from there. I'm never courageous enough to have the chorus quite up that far. Yeah, little Ween. Yeah. Ween were the band that played the Push the Little Daisies and Make 'Em Come Up song, but they also had some other like different songs. They weren't just a novelty act like that. But yeah, very cool track, very good stuff, and thank you again for sharing that tune. Let's move on here. We got so many to get through and so much time and so little to do. No, swipe that, reverse it. Alrighty. Okay, now, this is where people start doing cool things like this. Orchestra Eclipse, who I know is here in the chat, said, "Hi, Pete, you mentioned your favourite film was Back to the Future." It is. Back to the Future 2, actually. I kind of prefer. Anyway, I'm a weird dude. Hence, I'm sending you a cover of the main theme. I recommend skipping to 148 and playing to the end. There is a long build-up at the start. All right, let's see if we can let's see if we get a copyright strike. No, let's see if we can play this tune, a Back to the Future main theme orchestral cover made in GarageBand. So 148. All right, we can do that. So we'll play the last minute of this tune here. Already like the video image here because we've got the DeLorean, flying DeLorean. We've got the DeLorean there. Let's jump in and take a listen to this Orchestra Eclipse with Back to the Future main theme orchestral cover on Your Music Live. There you go. The end hit me a bit fast. I was still putting the details in here. Very cool. Digging that. Yeah, some great stuff. So I do love a good orchestral cover. I actually I saw the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra play just last night. I'll tell you a little bit about that later in the show. But yeah, the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra was supporting one of my favorite artists. I got to see them live. I know I sometimes choose not to mention what's going on for the reason that I know that for some of you, live music's a bit far away. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads, absolutely. But well done. Thank you for sharing it. Do dig it indeed, as Russ says. Cool stuff. Cool stuff going on there with the Back to the Future theme. Let's grab one more tune in here before we jump over and listen to. And I tell you a little bit about DistroKid because they are kind enough to sponsor us here on Your Music Live and bring all of these talented independent artists to you and enable me to share them with you. So let's grab this tune. Now this is from someone who we've heard from before. He's been a member of the Create, Record, Release and GarageBand users family for a very long time. It's Mr. Benedict Stewart, and he's shared a tune here called Into the Wind. So let's jump in and take a listen to this one. Mr. Benedict Stewart, Into the Wind, here on Your Music Live. Benedict Stewart. Yeah, hit some fire for our man, Benedict Stewart. And yeah, very, very cool tune. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, the feel of this was just all doing its thing. So I appreciate it. Disco bass. Yeah, it was a bit rock and roll, a bit country, a bit disco, a bit cool. And yeah, rockabilly vibe. There you go. A bit of a rockabilly vibe there. Into the Wind, Benedict Stewart. Yes, that deserves 6 carats, Doctor. Agree. 6 carats. Now, you know what? I was going to talk about something else today. In fact, I'll talk about a couple of things. So this is our just a little spot where we talk about DistroKid, because our sponsors here, DistroKid, what they can do is if you sign up using the link above for $20, $19.99 per year, you can release an unlimited number of songs. So songs, EPs, albums, and get them on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal. Like, they go everywhere. YouTube Music, you can get your music out. You upload it once, and then it goes out to all those platforms. And here's the better thing. If you use the code up the top there, that link, you'll save yourself 7% off your first year. So any of the plans that you choose, starting at $19.99, you can get 7% off. So DistroKid do a lot of very good things, and I thought I'll show you a couple of things here. So if we come over to my music that I've released through DistroKid, so you can see here I've got a lot of singles, a lot of different EPs, a lot of things out there. Pepe and the Bandits know what we're all about here. They use DistroKid and are very happy with it. And as Jade says here, there you go. You can use the link and save yourself some coin in your first year. So not only have I released all of these songs, but guess what? Here's one of my favorite features. Are you terrible at keeping track of your masters? Do you have master version 1, master version 2, final master actually this time, final master, hopefully this is the actual final master, and you never actually remember which final file you release? Guess what? DistroKid have got you covered in a big bad way. If you release your song using DistroKid, you get access to the Vault. And what does the Vault do? Well, it gives you free, unlimited backups of every single file, of every single song, EP, and album you've ever released. So here's the deal. My computer goes down. I lose my files. I don't remember which master I actually released that was the final one. No problem. DistroKid's got me covered. I come in here and I'm like, oh no, that my EP maybe, I need all the files from it. Well, I come in here and I click on this and look, we got all 5 WAV files, the final master files. If I want to download one of them, I just click on it, come into here, hit the download button, and I'm away. I can download a full high resolution track. I've even got all the metadata there, so I know the file size, I know the format, I know everything about my song. That's worth the price of admission alone. If, again, you're terrible with file management like me, that's worth the price of admission alone. And as Tim Osborne says, yeah, DistroKid are brilliant. And there you go. Pepe, we taught you something. Didn't even realize you could do that. Yeah, it is a great way to make sure you've got a backup copy of everything you've ever released. I released an EP in 2017, and I really struggled to find those original masters. Wanted to do some other work with them, upload them to Slaps, DistroKid's social media platform, and wasn't able to find them. So went straight into DistroKid, downloaded the whole EP. Yeah, 3 minutes later, I was ready to go, had my files good to go. So yeah, thank you to DistroKid. Thank you to you folks for being here and for supporting the folks who support Studio Live today. Let's move on. We got so much more music and we're going to crack on. We're into the second half of the first half. So we're 30 minutes in. We do another 30 minutes and then we have our world famous toilet break at halftime before we continue on with the second half of the show. So there's plenty more to look forward to, and I do thank you for being here with me on Your Music Live. Let's come in and have a little bit of fun here with Riker. So Riker said, I wrote and recorded in a span of about 15 minutes because I was tired of not having anything online. It's about living in the moment. Love the concept, love the principle, love that you did it all in a short period of time. And let's see if we all love this song. This is called The Best Music Video Ever Kinda, Backyard Babylon from Riker Trombley. Let's take a listen to it live on Your Music Live.
I don't care. All right, cool.
We only have 5 minutes, not 5 minutes more than that. I think I should record the fact that I'm taking this for granted. We all live on in spirit. I know you feel sad try to be near it is tragedy so serious. Can you hear it? Can you hear us? We only have 5 minutes and not 5 minutes more than that. I think I should record the fact that I've taken it for granted. Wigwams and haze of spirits, I just hope you can hear it. And when we all turn to dust, it will turn around and become hush. Can you hear us? We only have 5 minutes and not 5 minutes more than that. I think I should
Like it. Yeah, exactly. Organic for the win. Definitely some super talent there. Don't you hate it when the wind just comes in and hits your microphone? Nothing worse than that wind in the microphone sound. And yeah, I really dig the tune. Absolutely. I think you just need to step in. And look, I love the fact that I love exactly what you said about this, which is just do it. Like, live in the moment. If you've got nothing online and you want to create something, just do it. Yeah. Just put it out there, and then you can continue to create and record, because you share that and people are like, oh, cool. That's a cool song. And then you should just continue to play. But yeah, very cool. Arnie G says, yeah, man of the guitar, always a winner, or is it just me? No, it's generally a winner. Yeah, anyone in the guitar, anyone in general, anyone just playing and performing and creating is very, very cool. And yeah, I really dig the song. Nice simple chord progression, nice lyrics, nice meaning. Yeah, get yourself inside, throw GarageBand and a pair of headphones, use your phone and record in a few tracks, and you're going to have a cool song. Well done. Thank you for sharing that one. That was Raka. Let's move on to our next track. So this one comes from Ryerson and says, this song was written about leaving my close friends and family and how I didn't want to say goodbye, but more like I'll be gone for a bit, but I'll be back. It was recorded on an iPhone and some Apple headphones. A lot of the tips I learned in your video and have added and saved me so much time. Well, thank you and appreciate that. And let's come in here and take a listen to this one. This is Ryerson Garcia. This is a tune called Gone for a While. Already love the album art. Take a look at this. Yep, that's some cool album art. Let's take a listen and a look at this one. Ryerson Garcia, Gone for a While, on Your Music Live.
I'm gonna miss you because I won't be able to see that smile. I'm gonna miss you, but you can always text or dial. I'm gonna tell you when it's my time for arrival. So I guess this is goodbye, but I'll only be gone for a while. I'll be gone for now, but I'm just about a mile. I'll be gone for now, but I'm right down the style. So I guess this is goodbye, but I'll only be gone for a while. I'll still be there to support you, even if I won't be able to see it all. And I will always still adore you, even if I don't see you grow tall. I'll be by your side when you're at your lowest, and I'll be by your side when you take your...
Very cool. Ryerson Garcia, Gone for a While. Yeah, just a nice, organic, kicks along. Yeah, one of those we all rise together kind of songs, says the doctor. Like the guitar, like the beat, nice, simple stuff, but really powerful. And yeah, and I think with the vocals there, the only thing I would say is it kind of feels like you're holding back. It kind of feels like you're singing at about 70%, and I would just love to hear you singing at 100% in these. And look, it may be that you're new to singing, new to music production. That's totally cool, but I think you could probably just push that a little bit harder. I'd love to hear just I know it was a sort of laid-back kind of groove, but I'd love to hear just a tiny bit more energy in that, and I reckon it will be off the charts in terms of a cool track. So well done. Thank you for sharing that one, my friend, and good luck with the future. I hope to hear from you again soon. Speaking of hope speaking of people that I hope to hear from on a regular basis, who's a fan of Russ8889, and his epic catalogue of epic music. Well, I'm a fan of Russ, and Russ sent me a tune here that we're going to give a spin here today. Now, I'm pretty sure this one that we haven't played before, Russ. I had a couple last week, and I've tagged this as the one I haven't played, so hopefully I'm correct, but we're going to give it a spin here. And you know what? If it's a song that we've heard from Russ before, no harm, no foul. It's still going to be good, yeah? So let's jump in and take a listen. Russ says, "Good day, Pete. Hope you and your family are well. We all are, mate. I would like to share another track with your viewers. This track doesn't really start going till 2 minutes. If you can forward to there, absolutely. And he said, if you know, I've told a friend, Dean Thomas, to submit a track for you, as he makes great music too, all family friendly. And we heard from Dean Thomas last week, and Dean Thomas is now a Patreon of mine over at patreon.com/PeteJohns. So I do thank you for all your support. But let's jump in and get some Russ in our lives. Russ8889 with Seventh Heaven here on Your Music Live. Let's do it. I forgot to skip forward. Should we do it? Or just let it play? I know. Boo! Don't turn it down, Pete. We just have too many tunes to get through. I know I've annoyed the doctor. I'm in trouble with the doctor for turning it down, but you know what that means? It just means you need to go and follow Russ's YouTube channel, which is linked down in the description, along with all the other tunes that we play here today. So you will want to sit back, put on the Laser Light Show and listen to the entire track, and just go and listen to Russ's entire back catalogue. You're going to really enjoy those, and you're going to dig what Russ has going on. Scott says enjoyed listening to it in full the other day. Yeah, you can listen to all of these tunes in their entirety over at the various links that are down in the description. So jump on and do that. Now, I think, was it Joe and Barry? Yeah, if anyone's having trouble, here's a little tip. If you're watching live, but you're getting the comments before you're actually getting it, may be that you've buffered and you're a little behind. So all you need to do, if you're on mobile, there's a little button in the bottom left that says live. If you tap on that, it should have a little red light next to it, and that means that you are up to date. If that doesn't have the red light, if it's grey, it means you may be 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes behind. If you want to catch up with the live show, just hit the little live button there, and I think it's the same on desktop. Bottom left, next to where your play and your track is, just hit the little live button. Make sure that red light comes on. It'll skip forward, and you'll be here live with us all. So, but yeah, excellent stuff, Russ, as always. I was joking around. I was chatting with folks this week, and I do vet all of the songs I get, but there are some artists where the name comes up, and I just don't even bother checking it. So I just I play it live here on the show because I trust them that they're gonna deliver something cool, and it's going to be appropriate, and it's going to fit the show. So Russ is one of those artists that I just put in there and play. So let's move on here. Let's have another tune here. Now, this is someone that we heard from, I think, 2 weeks ago on the show here, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's our friend Josephine Desmet, another awesome YouTube creator and songwriter, musical artiste extraordinaire. And she said, I wrote What I'm Right in the night I found out about my mum's relapse with alcohol addiction, which sucks. My world fell apart at that moment because as a kid it was really bad, with fights between parents, police taking them away several times a week, and much worse stuff too. And Josephine, I will actually do it properly this time, unlike Russ, who I just messed up. If you could play from 1 minute 13, because the first half of the song is playing a cappella, and most people don't get to it. Yeah, I've actually listened to the start of this song, and I think it's awesome. But yeah, I will play it. I'll honour your request, unlike I did for Russ, and play it from 1 minute 13. But yeah, do go back and listen, because the a cappella intro in this is outstanding. So you will want to listen to that. But we're going to skip forward to the mark here and jump in and take a listen to this tune. This is Josephine Desmet here on Your Music Live.
Wasn't joy, I'm trying to slip my mind, but it just keeps catching up with me. And breathing is a have to do, 'cause it's just getting heavier for me. Swimming against all the odds, I'm drowning. It's never enough, I'm thinking that the way I'm treating me is not good. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. If history repeats itself, I'm not sure I can help you. I'm not equipped to deal with this. Don't know how I'll react when our best hits chapter 2. That would mean that everything we've been through wasn't true. 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 Swimming against all the odds, I'm drowning. It's never enough, I'm thinking that the way I'm treating me is not good enough to be sinking down. I try to turn it all around. I'm facing a choice between my life or yours. I'm going overboard.
The wonderful voice of Josephine Desmet here on Your Music Live. Do go and check out Josephine's channel. Not only very cool music like that you'll be able to check out, but she goes behind the scenes, does live streams, does tutorial videos, and all the rest of it. So yeah, if you want someone with a different style and providing you with some different information, then do that. Because believe it or not, we in the creator community, we actually all love each other, because I don't actually mind. If you go and watch anyone else, I actually think it's the best thing, because different people will engage engage with different people in different ways. So do go and check out Josephine. You will not be disappointed. Let's continue on and grab our next tune here. So this is Before the Fallout is the name of this band, and it says this song is a stripped down version of our original song. It was recorded using Logic Pro. The guitar sound comes from an 11 rack. Nice. While the piano is the free Spitfire Labs felt piano. There you go. I love getting. I know that the music nerds and the production nerds in the house love hearing a little bit about the production. So yeah, if you are submitting a song, you'll have a better chance of me playing it if you have a spiel there. If you say I recorded this in my bedroom, I mean, we'll probably still give it a spin if we can. But yeah, knowing a little bit behind the song is always very cool. Let's jump in, take a listen to this one. This is I'm Not Who I Am, an original song by the band Before the Fallout. Let's take a listen.
I'm not who I am. Words are weak, but absence speaks. Blind sadness, pure madness. I'm not who I am. Is this hate? Take the bait. Horrid dreams split the seam. I'm not who I am. I'm not who I am. What has this reflection shown? A fear I have never known. What has this reflection?
What we're learning here today, folks, in terms of lessons about songwriting and performing, is that you don't need all the stuff, right? Yeah, you can just get away with a simple arrangement: piano, guitar, vocals, or in Josephine's case, just vocals. There's more than one way. Yeah, it's great to do tracks with 32, 64 tracks, lots of intricate, complex stuff. Not saying that there's not a place for that as well, but there's definitely a place for some very nice laid-back tunes like our friends there from Before the Fallout. So if you dug that and you want to check out more of their work, do check out the link below. You'll be able to listen to that song in its entirety, as well as all of the rest of their tunes. Let's move on along here, shall we? We'll grab our next tune, which is this one here. It comes from YCR, and it is says a song written by me. It's a song about my dad who passed away a year ago. So, welcome to this. Is obviously the interlude part of Your Music Live, where we're playing a few sad songs. We will. You know what? I'm going to we'll play something with it. We'll play something really upbeat next. And but again, there's a place for all of this stuff, and that's the beautiful part of this show, is you never know what you're going to get, and you will get a plethora. We'll take you on a roller coaster of emotions here on Your Music Live. Let's come in, take a listen to this one. It's YCR Admit, featuring Z on Your Music Live.
Some problems can't admit. Mistakes I regret. I got some problems can't admit. I got some problems can't admit. could've paid more attention. Wish I had the intuition to see your pain.
Very nicely developed and produced. Smooth and delicious, I think, says it all from our friend Michael, aka Zland Band. Yes, and as Red says, yeah, 100%. Sorry about your loss. I know there's a lot of folks, and I've said it before, not to downplay it, but music is cool, because when you're in the lowest points in life, it is the healer. It is the ultimate healer, and it can bring you back to not necessarily normal, but coping. Yeah, and then when you're having good times, music can push you over the top and just make you feel just that enlightened, great, amazing feeling. But yeah, catchy melody, absolutely. Very nice production, very nicely done. Good job for sure. Let's continue on, because Michael's name popped up there. Let's play a tune from Michael, aka Zealand Band. Michael says, Zealand Band, bass song, a tune created only using bass guitar synths, right? Inspired by the How to Bass in GarageBand iOS video. How to use bass. Oh, okay. So is that my video? So yeah, it's weird when I do like how to use bass or how to use strings or how to use brass tutorials on the channel. I often get this where folks are like, hey, you inspired me and I made an all string song. So, well, apparently Michael has made an all bass song. So let's come in here and take a listen, shall we, to Michael, aka Zealand Band. And this is called The Bass Song on Your Music Live. I agree, Pepe and the Bandits, such a cool concept. The bass song, Michael, aka Zealand Band, here on Your Music Live, right? How cool was that? Just popping along, doing the bass thing. Love it. Yeah, like an underground video game, I agree. Very nicely done, the bass song. And yeah, teddy bears need bass too, right? I love the creativity that you folks have with the videos that you create. It is very cool, and I do dig it and enjoy it. So thank you for sharing that. Let's find our next tune, shall we? And I'm intrigued by this, so I'm going to play it. And I've seen you here in the live chat, so we're going to jump in. And this is Pepe and the Bandits, who you would have just seen made a comment there. And we're going to take a listen to the tune by Pepe and the Bandits. They've given me a big rundown there. We'll jump in there and take a look and a listen to what they've had to say afterwards. But let's jump in and just listen to the track, shall we? Because yeah, whenever you have a video that starts with fire, you know the song itself could be fire as well. So let's come in here and take a look and a listen. This is Pepe and the Bandits with Pepe and the Bandits, Sold My Soul. Let's listen to it live here on Your Music Live.
I sold my soul to the devil, got it on the cheap. Buy it now, eBay deal, and now it's his to keep. I don't want it right now, later down the road. Just pop the address in your sat nav, he said, yeah, 666 the code. I hope though that you realize there ain't no turning back. devil don't do contrast. Really black and white.
Really digging that. Pepe and the Bandits, right? Right, exactly. I like it. I like the fact that the vibe of that one is really sort of, it's almost peppy and poppy, and then you listen to the lyrics and then you see the imagery. It creates this beautiful like contrast between what you're talking and singing about and what it actually sounds like. So yes, I agree with MS7 Art. Great, eerie, creative. There you go. And again, Pepe and the Bandits, cool name. So as the zombies start dancing, yeah, cool name. And yeah, major key and scary. That's exactly right. Major key, scary images. Yeah, it just makes for an interesting blend, interesting mix there. All right. But yeah, thank you for sharing. That was the first tune that we've seen and heard from Pepe and the Bandits. Let's continue on here. Let's listen to another some other great creators here. Also patrons of mine over on patreon.com/PeteJohns. And that's Joe and Barry Glenn, who both of whom are in the chat. So you get 2 for 1 with Joe and Barry. They're both here on separate devices. I like to picture them both sitting there next to each other on the couch with headphones and their iPads or iPhones and both watching the show. I don't know why, that just makes me laugh. So Joe and Barry says, solitude can be good for the soul. Wrote these words back in the dog nights of summer gone. I like to sit on my own with a glass of wine and contemplate the universe. That sounds like a great time to me. This was difficult to master. Sounds so different. Earphones versus monitor speakers. I hear it. Then I heard the dreaded tease. Note the pop cover sock. Pop cover is a sock placed over an empty toilet roll holder. There you go. Oh, P.S. Your song "Drinking with You" nearing completion. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I had heard on the grapevine that Joe and Barry are working on a cover of my tune "Drinking with You," and you know I'm a horrible narcissist, so I can't wait to listen to that. No, not true. But yeah, I'm honestly always chuffed when people like a tune of mine enough to want to actually play it themselves. Let's jump in and take a little listen to Joe and Barry Glenn with a tune called "Solitude." Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We'll kick it in the second half. No, I don't mean to take away from it, but yes, we've had a few meaningful songs, right? Are they hitting you in the cockles? They're hitting me in the cockles. I'll explain that after the song. Solitude, Joe and Barry Glenn.
Solitude is my friend. Peace and silence of the night. Hear the breeze and the rustle of leaves, cloaked in quiet until the light. The birds they make their last refrain. Cicadas take their turn to sing high in the trees to attract a mate. They make a musical offering. I am liquid ice flowing in his arms. I am liquid ice on the path of least resistance. All is calm, nothing stirs. Dusk falls to night, stars cloud the sky, throwing a shimmering glow.
Beautiful stuff from Joe and Barry Glenn. Yeah, absolutely. The Glens take you down memory lane. I know. Every time I listen to their tune, I think of the Seekers, which are a band that my folks played a heap back in the day. And yeah, I really dig that vibe, just that folksy sound, laid back, mellow. And for those of you like me who are fans of being by yourself and chilling, and yeah, a glass of wine, just listening to the breeze sounds like a very nice time to me. All right, we're about to hit the toilet break time, but why don't we slip one more tune in here under the bar before we head to the toilet break? and I'll explain what that's all about in a moment. Ron at Wolfstone Studios. So Ron says, hi Pete, happy 5th anniversary. Yeah, thank you, by the way, for all of the kind wishes. We hit the 5th anniversary of the channel here on YouTube, and we celebrated it with a 2-hour live stream. It was a lot of fun, and I know many of you were there. Thank you for your support. Speaking of that, about 4 years ago, this is Ron now, I was recording music in GarageBand iOS. This song, "Cause I'm Crazy for You," was one of my first, and you helped me figure out how to use loops and really everything about putting it together. It's still one of my most popular tunes in my small universe of fans. Thanks for your help then and now. Great stuff. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. So let's jump in and take a listen to this tune. We've got some nice imagery again, and it's a tune from Wolfstone Studio. It's called "'Cause I'm Crazy for You." We're going to listen to it live. Apparently we already are. We're going to listen to it live here on Your Music Live. A definite toe tapper there from Wolfstone Studios. And someone was just saying in the chat that, yeah, there's so many cool artists here that they're going to have to reach out to. And I do recommend that. Like, reach out to each other, have a chat. We've been recently chatting on the app called Clubhouse. So if you want to join us, become one of us on Clubhouse, do hit me up. Go over to the Create, Record, Release Facebook group. We've got a few folks with a few invites. But yeah, it is a great place. We've already had conversations over there about collaborating and about folks working together. And there might be some things you can learn from other artists. I know I learn stuff from other artists every single day of the year and of my life. But that was a very cool one. That was funky. That's going to kick us into the toilet break in a nice funky way. So thank you. Now the toilet break is something where we play something a little bit different. We've played Jade Star tracks before. We played Joey Helpish doing a cover of one of my tunes last week. This week I'm going to play a song from an artist that I'm actually, speaking of collaborations, I don't do many collaborations. The main reason being that I don't have a whole heap of time. I love collaborating with other people. I love creating music with others, but the time that I have to do that versus being able to do videos that like this one, I kind of have to weigh that up. Anyway, I am actually collaborating on a tune at the moment, and it is in GarageBand. So here's what I prepared earlier. Here's what we're working on. If you missed the video, I did a live vocal recording video. Now, I'm not going to play you those vocals here today. That's what you can see here. We've got a bunch of vocal ideas. If you missed it, go back to the video. You can still got time to chime in. Let me know what you think. Any vocal ideas, we can put them in there. But what I thought we'd do is take a listen to the instrumental version of this tune, because this is by an artist called Emil, and Emil created an amazing dance, trance, electro groove, funky tune, and it's not usually my vibe, but because it was so cool, and I keep telling folks to work out of your comfort zone and try new things, I thought I got to take my own advice. So for today's toilet break, let's jump in and take a listen to this one, shall we? This is a tune it's called "We Will Rise Together" is the working title that we've done with the lyrics, but this is Emil and his tune, and we'll listen to the instrumental version here on Your Music Live. How cool is that? And if you want to know, the little lyric part is "We will rise together." So the hook goes a little bit like. Let's try and sing along. Goes a bit like this: We will rise together. 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 And hopefully I don't have to do my own delay effect at the end there. But there you go. Oh, I've got put the reverb on. Tell me if that hit your inbox, that you wouldn't be like, yes, I've got to do something with that. So again, it's not my usual thing, but it's been really fun learning about it and trying it out and just playing around with things. And we've been doing it here right on the show. And next week, we'll be returning and finishing writing those vocals, recording them in, sending them back to Emil, and then they are his to do with what they wish. And as Jade says here, if you're having fun, do hit the like button. If it's your first time here, in fact, if you're watching the show for the very first time, in the chat right now, put hashtag FIRST, FIRST, and I'm sure the regular folks will say g'day to you and tell you that you are awesome for being here. But no, it's just a nice way to welcome new folks to the show. Because every week we have our usual suspects, and I love you all. But we also have some new folks who just discover this show for the first time, and hopefully then go on to discover a bunch of the music that we play here on the show. Speaking of music we play here on the show, let's move on. Now, don't go away, because in part 2, we've got tunes from Scott Mitchell. We've got a Kronk song tune we're playing. Tim Osborne's coming up. We've got Happy Ron, and we may have a little penguin in the house. So do not go anywhere, because you won't want to miss a lot of this stuff. So let's jump in, and let's kick in with Tim Osborne, because Tim has done a couple of tracks similar sort of style to that. Your song Lockdown, Tim, kind of inspired me with some of the words and the lyrics and the structure of that song. So you've got another song here, and what Tim says about this is the second song I've ever released was written on the fly, recorded, mixed and mastered within 3 days on my iPad 7, and gave me a chance to play Ravenscroft 275 piano. Awesome. And I set myself a challenge to do this, even stopped working on another song to do it. And it's a follow-up to your song Lockdown, and it's a song called, we're about to find out. I'm just going to find my browser window. I should have set this up before. Where are we? There we are. We'll come back on over to here, and we'll grab this one, and we'll get Tim Osborne's track, Isolation. I knew it was something along those same lines. So let's jump in and take a listen to Tim Osborne with Isolation here on Your Music Live. Wow. Rocking out on the piano. Yeah. Upbeat. Beach Boys feel. I hear it too. Like the rock and roll piano, the 12-bar blues kind of mix of the bit of 80s synth going on in there. Like that's bringing everything together. Yeah, 60s meets 80s is a great way to put it, Ron. 60s meets 80s. And yeah, the piano, like that Ravenscroft. I've never heard the Ravenscroft but used by folks like me and others that I've heard as more just like a gentle kind of plonking chord instrument. Hearing it played like that, Oh yeah, it's awesome. So very well done. Thank you for sharing it and for throwing it out there. And yeah, it's a great song. I'm glad you decided to shelve whatever you're working on and throw that one out there for us all to enjoy. So thank you for doing that. And again, all these songs are down in the description. I know if you're just joining us, down in the description you'll find all these songs. Just pop down there after the show, and you can have your own party and listen to the full versions of all of these tunes in your own time. But thank you, Tim, for sharing that. Let's move on here. Our friend Alex Backus has been crushing it in terms of producing music lately, and he's got another one. Says, congrats on 5 years of Studio Live today. Thank you, my friend. Here's my new track, Minor Problems. A lot of people say that songs in minor are sad and dark. This song, which I created using GarageBand iOS, is in C# minor. Whew, that's a key. I would like to show that moods can change. All the best from Alex. Wow. The things you write, the spills you folks write are intriguing sometimes. And then I haven't actually listened to this one again because I know Alex and I know he produces quality stuff. He gets a pass. He gets the ability to just get straight through the senses and straight on. So I may regret that one day, but I don't think so. Let's keep the dance and the groove and the EDM move going with Alex Backus here and Minor Problems on Your Music Live. Right? That's insane. Yeah, it's Alex Backus's world. We're all just living in it, right? Yeah, very groove rider-ish, like it. Definitely in the pocket. Yeah, well produced. You got QB. When QB's a fan, you know you're doing well. And Alex is indeed the master of the sample. And the bass. Yeah, how cool was the bass in that one? Can Zumba to this one for sure. Love it. Yeah, summer holiday track. Yeah, I would definitely dig it. It's a kind of vibe, except the fact that it's raining here. It is February and it's supposed to be like one of our hottest months, but it's been rainy the last 2 days, and yeah, it hasn't been a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you, Alex, for sharing, and thank you to everyone for your kind words and for your support and for checking it out. Once again, if you are getting value and you're having some fun getting value, does anyone really dislike that? I use it all the time because I think it's just ubiquitous now. But it's like, if you're getting value, I'm here to provide you with some valuable content. No, we're here to have fun and listen to some cool tunes, Pete. Don't get too all up inside yourself. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now because that's sounding weird. Let's jump in and take a listen to some Happy Ron. Who's a Happy Ron fan? Hands up, who digs some Happy Ron? Happy Ron says 20 years to get a decent recording and vocal on this song. 20 years in the making for this Happy Ron tune. You are here to experience 20 years worth of blood, sweat, and Happy Ron tears. Happy Ron Tears would be a good name for a band because it just has that double meaning, right? Happy Ron Tears. So let's jump in and take a listen to this. This is a tune called More Than I Was. Happy Ron, the one and only Happy Ron, here on Your Music Live.
There was a time when you trapped in myself. I lived in fear, sometimes the pain wants to return, so I hold on to the lessons learned. I felt like less when I was on my own. I couldn't build a life all alone. You make me more than I was. Teach my heart to believe in me. You make me more than I was. With you I finally feel at peace. Seems so natural when I feel good this way. Because of you, the feeling always stays. Now that you've come, my life is graceful. So I look back and am thankful.
20 years worth of work, and it was worth it there, yeah, because again, as Kim says, it's a beautiful tune, and yeah, Russ says we need you on Clubhouse. Yeah, Happy Ron, get on Clubhouse if you're not on the app Clubhouse. I'll talk about it a little bit at the end because it's the new fad, and I don't normally get behind fads, but we'll talk about it. But for now, yeah, Happy Ron tunes are just cool. And what was good about that is the mixing was just spot on. The vocals were sitting in there beautifully. They weren't overpowering, but they weren't undercooked. The guitars, the bass, the drums, it just took you along. I also need a beer now, despite it being 7:50 a.m. here in Adelaide. But yeah, and the lyrics as well. That's the thing. It's the trifecta or the quadrella. You got music, you got the lyrics, you got the voice, you got the mixing. All right there, all spot on. Yeah, sitting on the porch, drinking a beer, having a good time. So very well done, Happy Ron. One of your best, I would say. It's hard to say because I love a lot of your tunes. I love your more sort of upbeat, up vibe, funny tunes, but that one is definitely a highlight and one that I will be going back to and listening to the full tune myself. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but this band is, because their name is Rude. And we've played them before. They have some really hard-hitting, epic guitars and a bit of a change of pace. So we're going from mellow to some Rude. This is a tune called Spread Your Wings. Rude says it's a song about not having anyone to turn to, even family, trying to find love in the darkest place within yourself. If you never knew love, how do you know when you find it? We're getting deep here today. Deep here on Your Music Live, but I think you'll enjoy this one. This is the one and only Rude with a tune called Spread Your Wings here on Your Music Live. Wow. Too cool, right? Yeah, strong, solid, very cool. Yeah, minor keys and nice imagery going on there. Patrick from the GarageBand Guide. Big Paradox Lost vibes in this track. Yeah, pretty old school, isn't it? When I listen to Rude, I'm like, yeah, this has got those hard hitting 90s or early noughties kind of guitars, but it's modern with a retro feel, and I love it. And the video is just, captures it. Yeah, can't say enough good things. I'm a Rude fan, and when I saw that track come through, I'm just like, yes, new Rude that will be being played on the show, along with all of the other amazing artists and very cool tunes that we've been playing here today. So thank you to Rude, and thank you. Yeah, as Bubba says, the full package right there, and such a professionally made vibe. I know. I know, what a production. There's not enough superlatives to say about how cool some of the independent artists producing music are around here. So let's continue on and grab another tune. Now I've been seeing Guzzo of Oz has been hanging out here today, always participating in the chat and in the shows here, and supporting his fellow creators. So Guzzo says, "Hi Guru." Hello. I wrote this poem ages ago and put it to music more recently. Heaps of lead breaks, but if you start about 5:20, see, people know what to do here. You'll pick up the last verse. My daughter is doing backing vocals. It's a long song, about 9 minutes. Wow, that's about 3 times as long as any song I ever produce. If I hit the 4-minute mark, that's a long song for me. I just don't like. Once I've got my point across, I'm like, okay, we're done now. Let's do what Garcia says, and we'll skip forward to 5:20. Bum, 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 bump. We're at 5:20 here. Looks like we've got a Visibel visualization, which is I always dig, is always cool. Let's come in here and take a listen to this one. This is Time, Guzzo of Oz, here on Your Music Live.
Only have one moment, now in which you dwell. The choices you make in this moment opens heaven, or inflames hell. Handle with care this moment. Don't waste what you can afford. You're giving account of this moment as you stand before the as you stand before the Lord.
That sounds a bit like a guitar solo. So you know what we have to do to guitar solos? I apologize. If you're new to the show, that's a bit of a meme here, that because I play about 1.5 to 2 minutes of a song, I'm usually turning it down just as the guitar solo kicks in. So go figure. But yeah, very well done. Love the guitar tone on there. And as QB says here, the background choir, yeah, really sends me. I dig it. Yeah, was it your daughter that you were saying was doing backing vocals? I think I read that. Yeah, my daughter doing backing vocals. That is so cool. Yeah, getting your family in on the music creation stuff is super cool. And I definitely dig it. So Guzzo of Oz, once again, if you dig the stuff that Guzzo does, jump on over to there. As Tom says here, a bit psychedelic, progressive, bit Floyd-esque. Yeah. Because it says I expect you to drop the lead breaks. Yeah, you know I will. I'm predictable if nothing else. If you don't like what I do, well, at least you know I'll be predictable and I'll keep doing it. So if you don't like it now, yeah, you probably won't like it in the future. Let's grab So I'm just loving the mix and I'm loving the balance of tracks that we've had here before. But I want to play someone who I don't know that we've actually played this artist on the channel before. And as I'm saying that, I'm trying to then find them. There we go. So Scott Mitchell, I think I saw you share this on one of the groups, maybe create, record, release during the week, Scott. So Scott said, or maybe it was GarageBand users, because you say this was done 100% on GarageBand, except for mixing, which was done through eMastered. Could not have done it without Pete's excellent videos. Well, thank you, my friend. Enjoy and thanks for listening. And this is from Scott Mitchell. So correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, but I'm pretty sure this is your Music Live debut here. And we're going to give this track a spin. It appears to be a track called Prying Eyes. Let's jump in and take a listen to this one. Scott Mitchell, Prying Eyes, here on Your Music Live.
Starts to crawl. There must be eyes in these four walls. I love the women look my way. My private life on display.
Scott rocking out there. Yeah, bringing back those 80s old school hair metal vibes. Yeah, I can almost smell the hairspray. Yeah, we've got a lot of folks. That Warrant was one of the bands someone threw out there. Rat and Poison, which is weird. Has anyone ever done a cover band called Rat Poison? Like a loving tribute to Rat and Poison? That would be awesome. There's a really cool ad for an insurance company in the States, Progressive, someone like that. And it's like, yeah, we bought a new house. It's really great, but it does have a rat problem. And then it cuts to their bathroom and the band Rat are playing. Anyway, you've probably seen it if you're in the States. Don't ask. I watch a lot of American commercials. Yeah, very, very cool. Proper rock that. I agree. Yeah, a bit Van Halen in there, and the guitar. That guitar tone is cool. Scott, I think you need to produce a video. You need to share how you're creating that, because I'm fairly sure that a lot of folks are going to be jumping down and checking out the full version of that song in the description. Yeah, classic rock. Loving it. Guitars, beers. Yeah, and we've got some love for that commercial. It's very funny. Every time it comes on, I just laugh because they're just walking around and the dude's brushing his teeth and like Rat just playing. Oh, it's so cool. Anyway, let's continue on, because we've still got nearly 30 minutes. Just when you think you can't rock any harder and that we've had too much music, I just say, sorry, not enough. More music, please. All right, now, our buddy Mark Cronk, better known as Cronk Song, has shared a few tracks in the last probably couple of months. I think he's been on the show 2 or 3 times before. And Mark says, sorry, Pete, use this link. Okay. I delete the last one as it didn't upload properly. This song is especially for YML. It's a 2-minute edit in the hope that the full thing gets played. It uses recently rediscovered ukulele, GarageBand Mellotrons, and it's a solo played on triangle, as I know you're feeling about guitar solos. Mark, you've hacked the algorithm. You're telling me you're giving me a triangle solo instead of a guitar solo. You're using GarageBand. You've got a ukulele involved, and you've done me a special 2-minute edit just for the show. Come on. You're setting a new standard here. Everyone else, you now need to make special 2-minute YML edits of all of your songs. Sorry, but the precedent's been set. Let's come in here and take a listen to this tune, shall we? This is our friend Kronk's song, and it's a tune called Make Me Frown, and we're going to listen to the whole thing because it's 2 minutes live here on Your Music Live.
I've heard you and your friends say so much time. You sit around together planning the perfect crime. But all this talk of your conquests, it gets me down. All this macho behavior tends to make me frown. Special. You used to be this mates in the world. Now it's sometime later. It seems that we have grown apart. I no longer have that feeling deep inside my heart. Tell me, what are you trying to prove? I can see straight through you. I see every move.
What can you say about that except, wow, very cool, very nicely done. Yeah, more dinner bell, more triangle, ding, 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 ding. Come on, triangle solo. How can you beat that? Yep, chair dancing and head bopping and an earworm for sure. Rockin'. Yeah, you're totally going to have to find the full version of that and all of Kronk's song stuff. So you can go, the SoundCloud link is down below, and excuse me. Sorry, probably could have had that cough during the song. But yeah, the SoundCloud link for Kronk's song is down below, so you can check out all of the rest of their gear down there. As Patrick said, sounds like New Order plus ukuleles. Sign me up. Right? I'm in. I'm down. So Kronk's song again there. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Is it penguin time? What do you reckon? I think there's been a distinct lack and absence of penguins in the show so far. So I think we need to rectify that pretty soon, and I think we need to find some penguins to play. So yeah, if you would like to hear some penguins, I'll cue it up here, and why don't you throw those penguin emojis in the chat and tell QB that you want to hear their latest jam, because QB says this: an unofficial sequel to my previous song, Flow. The music starts out muffled as I'm coming from underwater, finally culminating in a drop at halftime. We'll see about that. We'll see if we make halftime, QB. Speaking of halftime, anyone watching the Super Bowl? That's going to be a weird Super Bowl, isn't it? It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. I may go to the pub and drink Budweiser and just, take one for the team, just because, it's the first year that I'm not working a corporate job on a Monday morning and can actually watch the Super Bowl. So I might do it. So let's listen to this. Get your penguins in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. This is QB the Penguin with Below the Surface here on Your Music Live. There you go. We made it. We made it to the drop at least. But if you want to hear the second half, if you want to hear what happens after the halftime show, you just need to jump into the description. Check out the song, which I haven't put there yet. QB, Below the Surface. And in a rare stroke of genius, QB has decided to name the song before sharing it with me. So there you go. It's not Song 32 or Untitled Song this week. It has a name. It is Below the Surface. Very nicely done. QB quality. And if you don't... Tom says, imagine the Pepsi halftime show featuring QB the Penguin. I would be there. I would listen to that. It's sure going to probably beat what you actually get at the halftime show. I have no idea what the entertainment's going to be. The Masked Singer. In a tribute to the last year, it should just be a bunch of masked singers. See what I did there? And Kim was asking, do people in Australia care about the Super Bowl? Some do, sort of. I'm not an NFL fan, to be honest. I'm an NHL fan. I'm a big ice hockey fan. So I watch the Stanley Cup a lot more than I watch the NFL or the Super Bowl. But I do tune in. I do like to know what's happening. The whole Brady saga is interesting. And like I say, any excuse to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, go to the pub and watch sport on a big screen, drinking beer. You know what? I'm there. So, yeah. Barry can't find the Penguins. I know they're hard to find. They're difficult to get the Penguins going on there. Let's continue on and find our next tune. We're going to go back up. I'm going a bit out of order here today. Someone's had a suggestion that we should probably do either a midweek show, or Russ, I think, had a suggestion that we do like a catch-up, a mop-up show. So we might consider that. Maybe midway through the month or towards the end of the month, we'll do an extra show. I'll reach out to DistroKid and see if they're cool with that, because the 4 shows, even with 8 hours of music a month, there's just too many. And I only play 1 or 2 minutes, but there's too many tunes to get through. So what you need to say now is, Pete, based on that point, could you shut up and play the next song, mate? And I will. So this is Neil Maguire. Again, a first-timer here on Your Music Live. This one's intriguing because this one is a remix of Edvard Grieg's In the Hall of the Mountain King. I started producing in quarantine and it gave me the time. 1 month after starting, I made this and it got a lot of streams. And it has indeed. This is a very popular song here on SoundCloud. 217,000 streams, if you don't mind. Then we're going to take a listen to this one. So this is The Rave of the Mountain King. I think you'll recognize the melody. Even if you don't know much about the original tune, you'll probably recognize the melody on this one. Neil Maguire, The Rave of the Mountain King. Take it away. Too cool, right? Yes, absolutely ingenious stuff. I love it, and you got to listen to the whole track because it is just amazing. Yes, reach for those lasers, and yeah, it's just like the bass on there, the creativity. I love the original piece of music, and this is it does make you smile, doesn't it? How do you not smile? Yeah, which one's Peter? I know I used to love the the Carnival of the Animals and the Peter and the Wolf. Anything classical music that was either had my name in it or was based on animals. Apparently, I digged. But yeah, very, very cool. Watch out behind you. Oh, is there something behind me? That would be terrifying, wouldn't it? Would that be weird if, you just saw someone like sneak up behind me and peer over, and I don't notice while I'm doing this? Maybe not. Maybe that would not be cool. But yeah, very good, very well done, and thank you. Very, very nicely done. dig the tune. And as I mentioned, classical music is something that I've always liked and I want to get more into. And I mentioned it in passing, but I went and saw Ben Folds, my favourite artist, probably my favourite artist of all time. And he was supported by the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra last night. And yes, it was just as cool as it sounds like it would be. He did 2 sets of about 45 minutes, played a bunch of really good songs with just amazing symphony orchestra arrangements behind his piano track. And yeah, wonderful sound, wonderful songs, and a really good experience. And I know I don't mention this too often because I know in many parts of the world live music is not something happening right now, but hopefully it gives you hope that here, because we don't have any current cases and current issues, we can actually get back out and start doing it. It's still very different. It was a 1/3 capacity in the venue. There was a seat space between. I didn't even get to sit next to my wife because everyone was spaced out with a seat between. So it's different, it's new, it's the new normal, but it's live music at least. And for the 70 folks on stage playing in the orchestra, and for Ben Folds, and for the production team, and for the crew, it's a cool thing because they're actually getting to work again. And seeing musicians and artists able to actually do their job and provide a cool service to that, it's very cool. And yeah, if you follow me on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you'll be able to see a few pictures and a little bit about that. Let's continue on here. Now we need to jump in here because we have had Josephine, we've had a couple of ladies on the show, but and Joe Glenn with Barry, but we haven't had enough. So I want to play a tune by Candace. Kat says, "Hey Pete, I just released my debut EP, Who Loves You Now? I owe you a huge thank because I made all these songs in GarageBand using your videos for help. Well, that makes me warm and fuzzy in the cockles." Which, by the way, if you think that sounds inappropriate, no, it just means that it makes me warm in the heart. It tugs on my heartstrings when I can have anything to do with the cool tunes that people create. Now, I hope this isn't actually directed at me because the tune is actually called I Hate You. But let's take a listen to it. Very cool vibe, very nice tune from Kat Candace called I Hate You. Let's listen to it live on Your Music Live. How cool is that? Kat Candace pushing GarageBand to its limits and creating a very cool, excellent, and yeah, the melody, Joey, I'm the same. How good is that melody? It's just that catchy vibe. And you'll just be like, you'll be walking around going, na, 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 na. I didn't close with that deliberately because it would have got stuck in your brain the entire time. Bold production, absolutely. Is that Greg Hernandez as Mars Capone now? People are changing up their names and changing up their profile pictures, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Different, but that's cool. Yes, totally rocks. Sounds like an anime soundtrack. Yes, agree. We need more ladies producing more music. We need more people, just everyone produce music. Get in there and do it. Do it. I submitted my song 2 weeks. What do I got to do? Slip the 52? So it is. I have a backlog. I mentioned it towards the start of the show that I have a big backlog here, and we're working our way through it. If you've submitted your song, and as long as it's not doesn't have inappropriate language or any sort of violent imagery or anything in there, then yeah, it'll still be on the list, and we will give it a spin. But it's just taken a while to get through everything we have. How are we going on time? We've got time for probably two or three more tunes here. Let's take a listen to John Hogle. We've heard from John a few times before. I don't think we've heard a tune for a couple of weeks. So says, I just uploaded a video with 2 different lo-fi beats in it, and I'll let you choose which one to play on the stream, or both if you like. The first one is super chill and relaxing beat, while the second one is more dark and vintage sounding. Starts at 150. Let's play the first one. Let's go with a super chill and relaxing beat. So let's take a listen to this one. This is John Hogle with some chilled lo-fi beats in our lives here on Your Music Live. I do love the shuffle beat. Yeah? Shuffle beat, lo-fi. Lo-fi for the win. I do need to create some lo-fi music. I've never taken the plunge because every time I try, I've had Patrick Moonbird, who's a great lo-fi artist, on the show before, and he tried to teach me how to do it. I've got a video still sitting in my archives of him teaching me to make lo-fi and giving me tips, and I tried to execute it, and it was not good. It didn't work well at all. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, a bit of swing. Oh, look, we've got to the end of the show. We're already 8 minutes to go before we got our first person that's trying to spam the chat. So well done, and thank you to the moderators. Can we get some applause for the moderators who sit here for 2 hours, and not only do they have to listen to the music, not have to, but they get to dig the music, but they have to be on their toes because 99.9% of people are cool and come in here and just listen to the tunes, submit their songs, wait patiently, and then occasionally someone doesn't. So yeah, thank you to the moderators who do an exceptional job keeping everyone safe and happy here in the chat. This one sounds interesting. It's from the GJ, and it says, it was produced in GarageBand with Alchemy and Sensual Sax app, then exported as a wave into Cubase's 3, where I added the bass, compression, and mastering. Vocal line done via MIDI controller. The song is mostly instrumental. It's a funk song, rock song, EDM song. To me, it works as a dance track about embracing personal demons and making them dance for me instead of seeing them as my enemies. There you go. That's a very cool introduction. We got GarageBand, we got Cubasis, we got the Sensual Sax app. These are all things that I dig, and we're going to come in here and take a listen to this tune. We've got a Spotify link. We're going to jump in and take a listen. This is the GJ and their tune called Dancing with Demons here on Your Music Live. I'm with you, Kim. I've got no idea what to call that, except, yeah, a lot of folks seem to think it's got a bit of a daft punk kind of vibe, which I agree. And yeah, a banger of a track, busy in a good way. I know when that bass hit at the start of the song, I was just like, yeah, right? That was cool. Yeah, didn't expect it, but it just, boom, punched me in the face, just like that. Computer burps are the coolest. Right. Gotta dig those computer burps. And I've said it a bunch of times here, but if you have submitted a song, I know it takes a while to get through them, and I do really appreciate your patience, but if you drop your link and a sentence or two, and here's the thing, if you put your name nice and clearly, your email address, the link to the song, and like a couple of nice concise sentences about what you produced and why and how, you are much more likely to get played and get a spin here on the show. So thank you everyone for submitting. There you go. And Joey Helpish, I think you would like those last couple of tracks, Joey. Very experimental. But if you want to check out what Joey does, he recently remixed my song. He's been chopping up Jade Star. He's been addicted to not only the Clubhouse app, but the iOptagon app, and been creating some cool tunes there. So yeah, do go and check out Joey Helpish. And also check out this guy, Thomas Christ. Tom, I think you've got a show coming up not long after the end of this one, in maybe an hour or so. So please drop a link to that one. We're going to play a couple more tunes, and then we're going to wrap this sucker up in a nice, neat little bow at the end in about 10 minutes. We'll go a wee bit over time here, but we won't go too far over. I want to play this next tune because this intrigues me. Again, sometimes you just capture my attention. So this is Mitchell Nervous, says, I used a Nintendo DS running the Korg DS10 software and recorded into a field recorder live. I called the song Percussion due to a doctor putting me on a mostly fish diet. Kind of a big deal, as I was very allergic to fish growing up. No longer allergic, lost weight, and have a banger of a track out of it. All song patches created from scratch for this song. So I think this may be our first Nintendo DS based tune here on Your Music Live. What do you reckon? I don't recall us having a Nintendo DS based tune before, so this could be something very, very interesting. Come in here and take a listen to this one. It's Pescatarian. So what did I say? Anyway, Pescatarian. Take it away here. Michael Nervous here on Your Music Live. How cool is that? Yeah, we've got some panning going on, a bit of an Outer Limits vibe. And yeah, creating music on an app on a Nintendo DS is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. Plug straight into the, is it a Tascam or a Zoom? Into the field recorder. Yeah, just very cool, very original. Thinking outside the box, just doing something different. And this is the thing, be different. Well, we were chatting again, and I keep mentioning Clubhouse, but the Clubhouse app, if you haven't signed up, head over to the Create, Record, Release group and hit up the folks there. We've got a few people that have some invites. It's invite only, it's iOS only, but it's a audio only social network, and it's a great way to just have chats with people. And we've been talking about exactly this sort of stuff, that doing normal things, or the whole concept of being normal and doing things the standard way, just no fun. Like, you just do things that you want to do, right? Just get there, get in and do that. Yeah, and as Patrick says, a lot of behind the scenes work into creating that. Absolutely, to be able to create something like that and do that is just amazing. There you go. Jade's got 3 invites. Jade's got you hooked up. Hit up Jade. we say on a show here that's got 70 people watching. So but if you do want to get involved with that, we're doing some shows and some rooms as they're called through the week, and it's audio only. Like I said, if you want to get behind the scenes and have a chat to some other amazing creators, then you can go ahead and do that. I think we got time for one more. Let's just sneak one more here under the bar, and we'll bring this one up. So this is from Benjamin. Says, for sure it was produced in GarageBand. I got the vocals from looperman.com, where I get all my vocals from. The song is supposed to generate a positive vibe and remind us of some positive moments we've had in the past. So let's take a listen to this tune. This is from Benjamin Lay, and it is called, let's get some positive vibes going on for the end of this tune. This is Benjamin Lay with Those Days here on Your Music Live, where Pete needs to pause, take it back. We're good. Benjamin Lay, Those Days on Your Music Live.
Liftoff of Mission 41B, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Do you remember how we've spent those days and nights when we were younger? Do you remember how we felt when every day was so much longer? And now we're hiding in a tree house from everyone who was looking for us, 'cause we were so carefree, just a couple of kids trying to have some fun. And those days were so beautiful, and those days were so unpredictable. Those days were so beautiful, and those days were so unpredictable. We'll never be this young again, and as free as we were back then. But we should keep inside our hearts the spirits of adventurers, and we should never be afraid of anything that comes in front of us. Let's stay the way that we were back then. Oh, those days were so beautiful, and those days were so unpredictable.
Those days, Benjamin Lay here on Your Music Live. What? We had to do something like that, right? Yes, I miss those days, says Arnie G. Yeah, nicely put together video, as SM Borthwick says here. Really nice track, really nice production, radio ready, faux show, and a beautiful one to end on. Yeah, look, we have a roller coaster ride, as I say, every week here, and I love that. I love the fact that we can have some R&B, we have some rap, we have some folk, we have some singer-songwriter, we have some EDM, we have some dance, we have some hardcore, we have some softcore, we have everything in between, and it is you folks that generate all of the cool music that we play here. And yeah, I just had to pick that one for the end of the show because I think it just takes you out on that high note. So who's ready to start their weekend? Yeah? Well, guess what? We've got a lot of stuff going on around here on Studio Live today. So don't miss, later on today, we've got Thomas Christ doing a live show, which you'll want to check out. Joey Helpage is always doing live stuff. Jade Star's definitely got some shows happening tomorrow. But here on the channel, we've got Home Studio Q&A, our Q&A show that we do every week. If you've got questions about the home studio or home recording, you can jump into studiolivetoday.com/QA. That'll take you straight to the question form, and we'll answer a bunch of those on the show. where they're doing, I had so much fun last week doing the Request Fest happy hour, where I stick 100 songs in the description, and then you folks can come along, and for a small fee, no, you don't actually have to pay, but many folks were using super chats to get their songs to the top of the queue. But yeah, we basically do a virtual busking session. We play some cool tunes. Last week we had some Green Day, we had some Blink 182. It was a lot of fun. We had some cool tunes. So definitely check that one out if you want to check out the happy hour. And then of course we've got Garage Band Weekly. Got another couple of videos I'll be dropping. I just picked up. You can see them that side in the background. Not very well because they're in the darkness. But just next to my old PV amp there is a pair of Presonus Eris 3.5s. So I've just unboxed them. That video will be dropping later today or maybe tomorrow. It's hard to work out time zones and things. So that one will be coming out soon as well. And yeah, a heap more going on here on the channel. So if you do want to get in touch, find out what's going on, all you need to do is head over to studiolivetoday.com. It is your one-stop shop for everything that's going on around here. And once again, we can't leave without saying thank you to our wonderful sponsors, DistroKid. They've been supporting this show for a couple of months now. And yeah, it's just amazing that I can do this with the support of a company that can help you release your music, because again, for less than $20 a year, you can release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums. So we do thank DistroKid. Use that link there or down in the description. Save yourself 7% off your first year with DistroKid. That is going to do it. Stop talking, Pete. I got to go and get prepared for the rest of the weekend. If you are on the Clubhouse, I'm sure I'll be dropping by to a few rooms over the weekend, so I'm sure I'll chat to many of you there. If you're not, head over to Create, Record, Release, the Facebook group, and see if you can get yourself an invite and jump on in and have a chat. Thanks everyone for being here. Please be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, keep creating, and